that we have by virtue of being human beings, irrespective of where we're from, where we live, and what color and shape we have. There is also a feature of rights that they are based in the law. So, can you go next? So the question I want to ask you, because there are rights and there are needs. Human interest, and some of them become rights by virtue of law, of the national law, international law, and some are just needs which are not codified in law. So let me ask you a question, and you will tell me if a feature that pops out on the screen is a right or a need. No? Is that a right or no? Yes. And how about it? Next. Right. Next. Right. Let's see. Next. Right. Need and pleasure. Right. Next one. Now, you have all as we are in this room, we have our needs and we have our rights. I wonder, well, let's just go ahead. Can you click? As you said, food is a right, education is a right, as you rightly stated, health is a right. Next, sir. Respect is absolutely a human right. Security. And one more. Now, the thing is, we all have them. We all, as human beings, me, you, everybody in this country, in the world, has human rights. But you, as police officers, have certain obligations, and one of these rights that we have highlighted by yellow star are more significant than others because they relate to you specifically. You know which one that is? Security. Correct. Now, next question is, where do they come from? There's a lot of thought and a lot of discussion whether they come from, whether they come from my part of the world, whether they come from your part of the world, or whether it's absolutely irrelevant which part of the world they come from, because in fact they are... Please go. In fact, they're as old as the history of humanity, because there was always somebody oppressed and there was already somebody oppressing them. So humans need to organize themselves in order to determine if they have any rights and any privileges in their society they were building early on. And if we ask ourselves where they came from, the answer is the globe, yes. The answer is they came from all cultures from across the world. They have been discovered in Confucian's thought as early as sorry, I can tell you the age right now, but as early as the Confucian age in China. And they can be allocated to cultures across the world. And they can be found in, they can be found in philosophy and they can be found in religion. And it's the old religions such as Buddhism, Christianity, and Judaism, and newer religions like Islam. And I will ask my colleague to see to distribute what we have found that was based by an Islamic scholar from Pakistan. We only have 100 copies, so hopefully you can share. But it's pretty much basing the Islamic principles as they relate to human rights, and they were also close with the Quran there. And the newest development, which is my area of expertise, is international law. So yes, the law was formed in my part of the world, and it started in 1948 with the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which you can see there. And from there, it went into developing a body of international human rights law. And interestingly enough, if anybody thinks that it's only one place that the Universal Declaration comes from, it's very interesting that Saudi Arabia in 1948 said that the Universal Declaration doesn't reflect Islamic principles. It was Pakistan who defended Universal Declaration of Human Rights is the absolute minimum standard of all human rights of all people everywhere. We go next. I have listed all the rights that are in the Universal Declaration. If you can just skim through them. And I know you have learned that in the course, and I know you have learned that before in school and in your formal education as well. So they're all pretty obvious to you because they are the minimum core achievement of all peoples everywhere. And if you go through them, they all relate to you and me and everybody in the world. There are some. It will not be improvised. If you look at those articles, some of them again are more relevant to yourselves as civil servants and as agents of the state of Pakistan than others. If you get certain pick, that's one of them. You have a responsibility towards that. Another one. I think one. Exactly. These are the rights that you will put to your responsibility towards. As we go along, we will see more of those. We said that human rights and international law is the law. So law creates duties and obligations upon people and creates claims upon other people. I'd like to present to you that there are two sides of the society. One of them have a claim, the other ones have a duty. So if I ask you, how many rights holders is there in Pakistan? What do you tell me? Do you have an idea? In Pakistan, there is how many, let's work in millions, rights holders? See, there is everybody in this country, irrespective of age, religion, color, shape, has human rights. That means there are 185 million approximately, because the census is only next year. So this all of us have human rights. And that relates, as I said, to every individual, man, woman, child, any race, ethnic group, or social status. And then the duty bearers, those who have a responsibility to fulfill those rights, are, again, I'd like to draw your attention to the fact that we have a specific opportunity to, to have an obligation with regards to human rights. That's why it's so important that we all hear about it and that we all realize that these are our duties. One more? There you are. Number one. If we are to recap, what are human rights? They are universal legal guarantees that Pakistan is also abiding by. They protect human values of freedom, equality, and dignity. They are grounded in international norms and standards. They are legally binding on the states which choose to ratify them amongst Pakistan. And they have obligations, legal obligations on the state agents, and that includes law enforcement agencies, including the police. Now, when I come to Pakistan, I hear a lot of things of people expressing their views, and they come from different paths of life. And the two most significant I have heard, and I wanted to run by you, is one and two. That's a perception I get. I wonder what it is you think about this when people raise these concerns. What is your reaction to it?
Disagree.
No?
Disagree.
Nothing to say? Say? Sorry?
My question is that, what have you asked us? Please read.
identify as